Local all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
Good morning. It is brutally cold out there this Tuesday morning. Be ready, get prepared. We're glad you're checking in with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America areas.
And I'm Bridget Bureau. Because of that cold, we've issued a weather impact alert, and also the state has activated a severe cold weather protocol in effect until tomorrow. Just dial 211 or visit 211ct.org. Or if you need a warming place, or even if you need transportation to that warming place, let's check in with Rachel Piscatelli, breaking down the conditions and when we're going to get some relief. Rachel.
We'll see it by tomorrow afternoon. So the next 24 hours, though, going to be brutal, that's for sure, with wind chill values likely in the single digits. Now, it's not unheard of to get single digit wind chill values in the morning, but afternoon, our numbers also struggle to make it out of the teens in the lower 20s. So there is a concern that if you have to spend a prolonged period outside, you don't have the proper clothing, it could get quite dangerous around here. So just be mindful of the numbers that are on the way. Temperatures now 11 degrees in Torrington, 19 in Meriden, 20 degrees in Groton, but even the wind 5 to 15 miles per hour. We do have a few reported gusts a little bit stronger than that, closer to 15 to 20 miles per hour. That's taking our numbers down to sub-zero in spots like in Torrington at 2 below. It's 2 in Waterbury. It feels like 9 degrees in Willimantic and 10 in Groton. And our numbers really aren't expected to move much over the course of the day today. You'll see feels like values are in the single digits for most of, if not all of the day today. Some of us, like along the shoreline, may feel like the lower teens in the afternoon, with wind speeds that are nothing damaging, but enough to take those numbers down to those single digits, gusting closer to 20 to 25 miles per hour at times. We are expecting a mainly dry day overall, so that's nice. We do have some sunshine, but despite the sun, our numbers only get up to around 21 degrees at noontime, 22 in the afternoon. And then our highs today will struggle. 18 degrees in Litchfield, 22 the high temperature today in Hartford. We do have some of the coldest air of the season moving in today, and then again for this upcoming weekend. There's a brief relief on the way for Wednesday afternoon. It's not as cold after a morning spent in the single digits. And then by the afternoon on Thursday, temperatures will be in the middle 40s. So a brief warm up on the way before colder numbers move in for this weekend. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02, we will have road work that's wrapping up this morning, so just heads up for folks in the Brantford area on 95. We don't have any significant delays in the area. Most of our interstates this morning showing lots of green. We're starting to see standard delays building in Fairfield County now on 95. So your drive here in Guilford looks fine both directions. Also in New Haven, Windsor, and East Hartford along Route 2. Those look fine this morning as well. We'll take a look at those drive times coming up. Bridget and Erica.
All right, Rachel, thanks. And a sad developing story to pass along to you this morning. A young man is dead after a shooting that happened in the middle of the day in Meriden.
Fox 61's Priscilla Mesa is live this morning in Meriden. Priscilla, what are neighbors saying that they saw and heard?
Yeah, good morning. Well, Meriden police say that the 22-year-old man was shot yesterday afternoon on Cook Avenue, and investigators spent hours there at the scene trying to piece together what led up to the gunfire. Now, here's what we know so far. Police tell us the shooting happened just after noon on Monday, and when police arrived, officers found the victim with a single gunshot wound, and he was rushed to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The scene remained active for most of the day, with investigators spending nearly 8 hours collecting evidence. Fox 61 spoke with several neighbors off camera, and one man says he heard a loud noise but didn't realize it was gunfire, while others say they didn't hear anything at all. Now, once police wrapped up their investigation of the scene around 8 p.m. last night, candles began to be placed on the bridge between Summer and Meriden streets where family members of the victim grieve. Now, the victim has not been identified as of right now, and Meriden police say they have not arrested anyone yet. But if anybody has any information, they are encouraged to call Meriden police. But right now, they do say that they do not believe that the public is there's not any ongoing threat right now. But again, if there is any information, definitely give a call to Meriden police. Live in Meriden, Priscilla Mesa, Fox 61.
A terrible way for his family to start the new year, Priscilla. Thank you. 6:04, as bitter cold temperatures take hold of our state, there are several things you can do to keep yourself safe amid these frigid temperatures.
We're checking in with Fox 61's Glenn Kittle. He is braving the elements out in Wethersfield. He has a look at conditions out there and also, Brent, some important advice to keep us safe and also our family. Right, Glenn?
Yeah, good morning, Erica. Definitely some bone-chilling cold that we have out here this morning. Going to want to bundle up if you're heading out the door on your early morning commute here. Here in Wethersfield, we've been paying attention to that temperature gauge. Just keep on going down and down. 20 to 19, now to 18 this morning. And that puts you at a high risk for frostbite and hypothermia. Now, we're going to put some graphics on your screen of what you should look out for. First up is that hypothermia risk. That happens when your body temp goes below 95 degrees. You're going to want to look out for shivering, slurred speech or mumbling, slow, shallow breathing, a weak pulse, clumsiness, and a load of other signs that show that you have hypothermia. And there's also the possibility of frostbite in this cold weather, especially with these wind gusts that we're having. You're going to want to look out for numbness on the skin, tingling, patches of skin in shades of red, white, blue, gray, purple, or brown. And the color of the affected skin depends on how serious the frostbite is. You also want to look out for the condition of that skin being cold, hard, waxy looking, as well as those other symptoms that are listed on your screen. Now, if you're outside at any point, the Centers for Disease Control and Protection say that protecting yourself from the cold is all about how you dress. Want to have those winter basics on: the hat, the scarf, the gloves, the sleeves, everything that you could probably think of usually. They also say dressing in layers is really what helps. Wear fabrics that hold body heat and not a ton of moisture, like wool, silk, or polypropylene. They also want to say have an outer layer with some tightly woven fabric, something that's also water resistant, that keeps the body heat in and also protects you from that wind, rain, and so. Now, Connecticut's severe cold weather protocol is going to be in effect until Wednesday at noon. You can go to 211ct.org and look up the warming shelters near you. They're also going to provide transportation for you to get to wherever you need to go for those warming shelters. So definitely when you're getting outside this morning, stay bundled up, stay warm, and stay inside as much as you possibly can. Live in Wethersfield, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, thanks for the update. Go somewhere warm yourself. Thank you. 6:07 now. A man accused in a deadly boating crash faces a judge again today. Police say Clayton Hackling was operating a boat at nearly 50 miles per hour in a no-wake zone. He also had twice the legal limit of alcohol in his system. At the time, Hackling was also facing a pending DUI. Since the crash that killed 3 people last year, lawmakers have pushed for a new measure linking boating and driving licenses, so a DUI on the record will affect the other. It also led to new safety upgrades in Old Saybrook, including improved lighting on the break wall and buoys for better night visibility. And a woman from Willimantic heads to court today, accused in a July crash involving a tractor trailer in Coventry. Heidi Resto is charged with operating under the influence and reckless driving. Officers say Resto was driving on Route 6 when she crossed over the center line, hitting the tractor trailer. That tractor trailer driver was okay.
Governor Lamont is taking immediate action to protect Connecticut farmers from rising property taxes. A faulty survey and data collection process caused projected taxes for farmers to skyrocket by tens of thousands of dollars. Now, this all stems from a public act that's designed to preserve Connecticut farmland, not make it harder on farmers. As the state tries to figure out a fix to the problem, Governor Lamont halted the tax assessment and also ordered a reinstatement of values from 2020. In the meantime, some farmers say they're worried about the ability to stay in business.
This gets changed behind closed doors and all of a sudden we get taxed for it. I can guarantee you I'll unload at least one manure spreader full of manure on the town hall.
It was a big snafu. There's no other way around it. I think everybody has to admit that and be honest and move forward. It's very frustrating to see that it was a flawed process and it wasn't picked up in multiple steps along the way.
State Senator Jeffrey Gordon says he's going to hold a farmers forum at the Capitol at 11 o'clock this morning. He expects a large turnout of farmers to voice their ideas and concerns to state leaders. Senator Richard Blumenthal and State Treasurer Eric Russell are going to be in Windsor this morning. They're announcing expanded eligibility for ABLE-CT accounts. Those help people with disabilities save money without losing access to other benefits. As of January 1st, people in Connecticut whose disability began before age 46 can now qualify. That is up from the previous age limit of 26. The announcement is set for 12:30 this afternoon at Easter Seals in Windsor.
6:09 this morning, the West Haven Fire Department will receive a federal grant of more than $384,000. The money will support technical rescue training, driver and operating training for fire apparatus, and 3 new cardiac monitors as well. The news conference on the grant is expected to happen at 9:30 in the morning at the fire department on Elm Street. Also, construction crews will start blasting along I-95 South and East Lyme today, so expect detours and loud noises. Project officials say I-95 northbound and southbound will be closed twice a day between 9 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon for 5 to 10 minutes each for each blast. It's expected to take 6 to 8 weeks to complete. Crews are in its 3rd year of construction to reconfigure the curve. The project's expected to be done by spring of next year. And new information this morning. A family has been displaced after a late-night house fire in Middletown. It happened at a home on Brooks Road just after 11 p.m. Firefighters found heavy flames in the basement with smoke billowing throughout the home. They rescued an unconscious victim on the 1st floor. That person, we're told, is expected to be okay. The cause of the fire is still being investigated.